What's up, guys? So I went on Netflix the other day for like the first time in 2 months, and I saw that they added the Edward Snowden movie, and so I watched it, and that's where our journey begins. So while I was watching the movie, two things stood out to me. One was the actual guy who helped Snowden look up people's information. I don't know why, but having the power to see a Muslim woman take off her hijab through her webcam is sexy as hell. But also, he has the best attitude I've ever seen in someone with that kind of power.
I'm Gabriel Soul. I'm the 50-pound brain from the Council of Wizards and Warlocks.
The second thing that caught my attention, and I guess this is kind of gonna be a spoiler, but this movie came out in 2016, and he did what he did, got very dark, and he did what he did like 4 years prior to that. So if you still don't know what's going on, eat shit. But during the movie, it jumps back and forth from him being to where he is now, and him being in the process of leaking all his information that he has to this one news reporter.
Hello, Hugh McCaskill from The Guardian. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And after like 30 minutes, I'm like, well, I already know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to let this play in the background while I work on some of my prodigious Instagram top 9 lists. And while I was doing that, not being racist at all, I heard someone in the movie start talking about someone named Thomas Drake.
Thomas Drake.
And they were saying how he leaked classified information kind of like Snowden did years prior, only the FBI caught him. And for some reason, after hearing that, I went and Googled him because I'm like, well, how come this guy's not a world-renowned celebrity like Edward is? And apparently the reason for that was just because he got caught and what he was doing. Like, he's not the guy from The Wolf of Wall Street or the dude from Blow who had all these crazy stories. The FBI caught him and said, stop, and he's like, please don't kill me. But that's not where our hero's journey ends, because after reading more on his Wikipedia page, I found out that he was the recipient of the Ride Honor Truth Telling Prize. And I'm like, well, what the hell is that? And it's pretty straightforward. You tell the truth, you get a prize. But that got me thinking, there have been 13 of these awards given out since 2004, so of course I'm gonna bang out a tier list and tell you which one of these truths are the best and which ones are just basically lies. Actually, Wikipedia apparently just stopped updating the award after 2016 because on their website, the awards go up to this year. Awesome, more editing for me. But alright, so first up we got Joseph Wilson, and what Joe did to receive this inaugural truth-telling award was by letting the public know that it was highly unlikely that Iraq was buying significant quantities of uranium from Africa, as stated by the Bush administration. Now, I guess he did do the ultimate fact check, but I don't see how this is him telling the truth, because he wasn't lying about anything. Like, the CIA had him do an investigation where he went to Niger and reported back that the purchase was highly unlikely, because people who sell significant quantities of uranium aren't corrupt at all, especially when the CIA is asking questions. You don't think Saddam was tipped off that his enemy wanted to know about his uranium purchase? They probably told that guy, yeah, nah, it's fake news, we don't even know the guy. What's his name? Saddam Hussein? Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. That's highly unlikely we even know that guy. And because of all those interlaying factors, Joseph gets an E. The next truth teller we got is Kristen Brettweiser, and what she did was basically get the government to provide a public accounting of what went wrong on 9/11 and the preceding months. And look, I know she did what she did because there were so many unanswered questions of what happened that day, but she also inadvertently birthed hundreds, if not thousands, of conspiracy theorists who didn't believe what the government said happened that day. And because I hate conspiracy theorists, but I also hate what happened on 9/11, she gets a neutral C rating. Next up, we got Papa Rick Piltz, and what he did was give proof, unlike the first guy, but he gave proof that someone in the Bush administration was lying about climate change. More specifically, he gave proof that someone was editing scientific information to downplay the severity of climate change. And again, I don't really see how this makes him a truth teller, more so a lie exposer, but since he did have proof, you get an A. Now we got Donald Vance, who got this award because he was detained at the infamous Camp Cropper and told his story about it. Now, I didn't really understand this one because this is basically saying that he got arrested and then he was telling us about his time in jail, but after doing some more research, I found out that is exactly what happened. Basically, he was an FBI informant who worked for this company that was alleged to be engaging in illegal weapons trading. Long story short, the company got raided and he was treated like a suspect, like any informant working for the enemy would, and spent 3 months in jail at Camp Cropper or whatever. Now, I don't know about you, but That's the shit you sign up for when you become an informant for the FBI to try to take down a company that's involved in illegal weapons trading. That's some F-tier behavior if you ask me. The next truther we got on this list is Lieutenant Commander Matthew Diaz. He received this award because he was the first person to release the prisoners' names at Guantanamo Bay. Basically, he didn't like that the prisoners over there weren't getting adequate legal treatment, which I guess is bad, but the prisoners at Guantanamo Bay aren't the kind of criminals that are roaming around in our society. Here's what one prisoner, just one, is in there for. It's alleged that he's associated with Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. He's traveled to Afghanistan for jihad. He's fought for the Taliban. He was at Tora Bora. He served on Osama bin Laden's security detail and a few more terroristic accolades that Timothy McVeigh would never be able to accomplish. Like, even if he didn't do any of those things, he was still in a position to where the fucking US government thought he did. And I don't know about you, but it's not every day that someone's alleged to have taken terrorist training in Afghanistan. That's an E. So the next two guys on the list, I'm gonna just group together because both of their truths are lackluster in actually being truths, I guess. But next up, we got Thomas Tam and Matthew Ho, and what Thomas did was expose the existence of warrantless wiretapping, and what Matthew did was question the war's fundamental rationale. As if everyone wasn't already questioning why we were over there. This man, he was like, is war really necessary? And they're like, you know what? I think this guy's gonna get the award this year. Don't worry, because I also give out awards in the shape of a D. All right, since there's like 10 more people to go, and I don't like making extremely long videos, we're gonna turn on that Plankton maximum overdrive, and we're gonna speed through this as slowly as we can. Ready, set, go. Next up is Thomas Drake, who I keep calling Nathan Drake for some reason, but he got this award because he exposed massive waste fraud and abuse at the hands of the NSA post 9/11. And I guess what he did was good, but there's another one that they blame the Bush administration, and I feel like they were the scapegoat for a lot of these. That's a C behavior, ladies. Alright, now we got Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, and who let the public know that military leaders in Afghanistan were misleading the public about what was really going on over there. Like what? Justice? That's an E for you, pussy. The next valid Victorian to grace this list is Eileen Foster, and she exposed the fraudulent activity Countrywide Financial was involved in while being their fraud prevention vice president. Not a smart move, but since this particular incident affected me and my mom personally back in 2008, she gets an S. And if you say anything different, I'll fuck you up. Next on the list is Jose Antonio Vargas, and this one's actually pretty hilarious. When this dude was 16, he went to the DMV to get his permit, but the person at the DMV told him that his green card was fake. Long story short, his grandpa bought it for him, and against the advice of many people who know what it's like to be deported, he wrote an essay about it and got the award. Honestly, I see this as more of exposing his grandpa for knowing where to buy a green card that only a fucking DMV employee can verify isn't real, but because your G-Pod does got the hookups, you get a B. Alright guys, home stretch. So for 2014, we got another gruesome twosome, and these two are actually put together for a reason. One of them is Edward Snowden, and the other is Laura Poitras. Obviously, you guys know what he did. If you don't, Google it, but what she did was film the documentary about him. And I guess they get a C, only because he got trapped in Russia trying to flee. If he got through his whole escape plan, he would have been like an S. The next person we got now for 2015 is Aisha Ellsbury. Jesus Christ, why can't a John Smith be a truth teller? But what she did was expose the UN for concealing something that was happening in Sudan. I don't know. What I do know is all these people exposing shit going on behind the scenes with our government shouldn't have got past the interview process. You're a snitch, and someone needs to give you those stitches to go along with that. D material. Next up, we got Dr. Mona Hanna Atisha, who let everyone know about the dirty water in Flint, Michigan, which I think that problem is still going on to this day, but it's Flint, Michigan. What do you expect? A C is what you expect. Now for 2017, we got Daniela Vargas, and what she got the award because she spoke out against the deportation of undocumented immigrants, as if every immigrant in the fucking United States wasn't already doing that. I know about 20 undocumented Mexicans who stand outside Home Depot who, if they could speak English, would say exactly what she said. E for Mexican. And also, guys, these last three, or technically 5, but these last 3 recipients, I feel They didn't have as much effort being put into them when they were chosen. Like the dude who released the prisoner names of Guantanamo Bay, like that's random as shit. Yeah, of course that's cool to put on a list. But like this girl from 2018 got the award for her courageous commitment to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Irma. And it's like, how is that at all her telling the truth? No one lied about the hurricane, and she was like, you know what, guys, it actually did happen. I was there. Like the next people who got the award told the truth about family separation at the border, as if again everyone that was happening to wasn't speaking out about it. The media just listens to white people more than they do a Mexican mom screaming for her child. And then the most recent Truth Award was given to Dr. Rick A. Bright, who alleged that the Trump administration disregarded his warnings about the coronavirus. I hate to break it to you, champ, but Donald Trump disregards everybody. Did you not see what he tweeted the day he lost the election after having no lead whatsoever? You could have told him the world was ending with factual proof and he still would have ignored you. But yeah, guys, that's it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I know someone commented asking or saying how come my videos aren't longer. Well, here you go, buddy. And a nice 15-minute, probably 17-minute, I'm guessing, video for you, your birthday. Merry Christmas. Happy Halloween.